Namaste, sir. So, I have observed one thing that if we look at the major religions and spiritual traditions around the world, we see, and which are well accepted, we see that they emerged from certain places only. For example, the Abrahamic religions, all of them happened in the Arab world and around Israel and Saudi. Then Zoroastrianism happened in Iran. And then India has been the most fertile land for the growth of these traditions and religions. For example, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and even the foreign traditions when they came to India. For example, Sufism, when it came to India, it flourished in a very unique fashion. And we have the Indian subcontinent, especially, has had a long list of saints. So, and we don't see these things in the European history or in the Americas or any other places.
Heard of a place called Greece?
Oh yes,
Heard
sir. Even
heard
I. Okay, I am ready to include Greece as well.
heard
But
of Athens? Heard of the sophists? Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. They were not Europeans. It's just that at particular patches in time there exist favorable ecosystems. There was a wonderful ecosystem in Greece before Christ, and you have excluded China, you have excluded
yes, sir. Even
Japan.
China, yes, sir.
So
The
what remains then?
Taoism, and Confucius.
Then we have the Middle East, then we have Iran, then we have India, and India's entire subcontinent. We have also included China, we have included Japan, we have included Europe. What
No,
remains?
but sir, Europe is again, sir. But the way it
See
has
that,
flourished in India and places around India and Pakistan, these
India is
areas.
one. India, Pakistan, the
But
subcontinent. Let's take
it's
this.
a bit unique. The way it
Ecosystem,
flourished
nothing else.
here.
Ecosystem. Once something starts somewhere, it becomes the thing for that place. What do you know Detroit today for? What do you know California today for? Okay, what do you know Bangalore today for? So is there something particular in the geography of Bangalore that makes it conducive to silica or something? No, nothing. It's just that due to historical and coincidental reasons, an ecosystem develops there. And once the ecosystem is there, more and more stuff starts happening. There's nothing. If you want to investigate more into it, India was a more fertile land for religious inquiry because the soil was fertile, because the monsoons were guaranteed, and you could do nothing about the monsoons. Remember, in those days there was hardly any irrigation, so you simply had to wait for the rains. What do you do when you wait for the rains? And the population was sparse, so there was good food, ample food for everyone. And the Indus basin and the Ganga basin are one of the most fertile basins in the world. The alluvial soil here coming right from the Himalayas. So you had abundance of everything. When you have abundance of everything and there is not much you can anyway do because the monsoons will come when they have to, what do? You have ample leisure, and in that leisure you sit, you observe, you talk to people. There is space for intellectual inquiry. For hours and hours, can you visualize the thinkers, the sages, the seers just purposelessly talking to each other? And from that purposeless discussion, from silent observation of life for hours, days, months, years, come those insights that you today take as Indian philosophy. You cannot have philosophical development if you are running behind your ambitions, and if you have a tied up day and you very well know that 8 a.m. you have to do this, and then 6 a.m. this, and 8 that kind of clockwork will never allow any kind of internal leisure. And if that internal leisure is not there, no insight, no wisdom can develop. You all must remember this. Give yourself space, freedom, opportunities to take stock. You understand what is meant by taking stock? Just stop. Stop for long durations, at least for a few hours, and recollect what's going on. Am I just running? What's going on? And this period of taking stock can extend to months, if possible for you. In fact, in my own growth, the breaks that I used to get from school and later on from IIT were very important. Most of my initial poetry was composed in breaks, and the breaks were significant. The entire December used to be free, and then May, June, July, and that used to provide an ample space in which one could just be himself. So that's what it is. Ecosystems are very important. That's the reason universities are very important.
So as you said that because ecosystem was favorable in India, but in the Arab world, the survival conditions were very brutal. They were very tough. So how did Prophet Ibrahim or Prophet Muhammad or Christ managed to be to awaken their consciousness?
Same thing can happen when the ecosystem is very unfavorable. You very well know that nothing will happen, however hard you try. So what do? You stop trying. If you think of the process of the Quran, Prophet Muhammad used to go up a hill and sit there for long durations. That sitting alone for long durations is at the core of insightful realization. If you are someone who cannot be by himself, if you are afraid of being alone, if you cannot remain silent to yourself, you will never realize anything. The fact is, please understand, even if you go to the Paleolithic times, what you find is religion emerging in a very preliminary way. So it's never specific to one geography. Where there is man, there is dissatisfaction. And where there is dissatisfaction, there is an inquiry into the reason of dissatisfaction. And that inquiry itself is called religion. I am not whole, I am not well. Why do I remain restless within? How do I take care of this? That itself is religion. So that is found even in the caveman. They did not know that they are restless because something within is amiss. So what would they do? They started out by looking into the physical universe. So they would say, oh, probably that tree is great. If that tree blesses me, I would be all right. Oh, probably that river is great. Probably the sky god or the sun god, they are the greatest, they are the absolute. So there is a search within the human being, always for the greatest, the best, the absolute. And that's what differentiates man from animals. Animals do not search for the best, the greatest, the final, the infinite, the absolute. Man always searches for that. And if life is not used in searching the absolute and meeting it, then life is wasted. So there is a point in the history of evolution of human beings when we started to think. That point comes 70,000-80,000 years before today. And the moment that point comes, also you start seeing the emergence of some kind of worship. Our brains, the moment they gain some maturity, one of the things that come immediately to the brain, the mind, is that it starts to worship. Now what does worship mean? Think of it. Worship means there has to be something bigger and I prostrate in front of it. So this search for Bigness. That bigness is your destiny. That's what Vedanta calls as Atma. Huh? And it's not a doctrine, it's not a dogma. It's contained within you. Even if you deny Vedanta, that restlessness will remain. So Vedanta is not a concept or a principle. It is just expressing what is already within you, irrespective of whether you believe in Vedanta or not. That's why I said that there is no need to believe. It is. What is need not be believed in. It can be known. There is no need to believe.